Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to yet another edition of Take 3. We are right bang in the middle of the festive season and it's Deepavali. Should there be crackers or not? And should these crackers be green crackers or not? Should green crackers be allowed or not? Should the rules of engagement be different for a wedding, a Dasera, a New Year, etc. compared to Deepavali? And especially in this entire Delhi NCR region where suddenly the forces start playing truant and we are engulfed with smog. So there are those who say, give your lungs and the right to breathe. And there are those who say, give me a chance, let me celebrate my festival once in a year. Zaka Jacob, Rahul Shivshankar with us. We set the premise for the conversation. Where do you stand, Rahul Shivshankar?
Oh my gosh, I thought you'd ask the more conscientious people to begin this debate.
You're not very particularly conscientious.
No, I'll be branded a person who's not conscientious. So I'm already beginning to...
See, you are Rahul, thy name is RSS. See, look, there's a contradiction, a paradox there itself. You know?
Look, so I have the following arguments to make. Like them, leave them, lump it. The fact of the matter is that you had a situation in Delhi. Let's focus on Delhi for a few moments. You had a situation in Delhi when Mr. Kejriwal, the former chief minister, was released from prison. Huge number of crackers went off all across the length and breadth of the city by AAP Karyakartas. The same AAP that demanded a ban on the crackers for Diwali. So that didn't add to pollution, obviously. You have situations where on New Year's Eve, most marriages, crackers are lit up. Again, no one talks about the spiking pollution level, the chokehold of crackers on Delhi. You have other days, other festivities where crackers are lit up, and I don't need to fill in the blanks, you know what I'm talking about. Then again, there is no conversation around people being choked, etc., etc. However, Diwali. Now people say, oh, the magnitude is greater. Are you telling me that Diwali is the sole reason for the pollution in this city? Why do you only want to make an example of Diwali? If you want to send a message out that, look, we are conscious, to use that oft-abused word, we are conscious of our environment, then have a year-long cracker ban. No problems. Absolutely none. The second point that I want to make, apart from these selectivity, the second point that I really want to make is more to do with the causes of pollution. So now you have a very interesting situation because you actually have an AAP government in Punjab, you have a BJP government in Haryana, you have a BJP government in Uttar Pradesh. The three states that contribute to the pollution during a particular time of the year, which is threshing season, and after that you have the paddy husk that is set alight. Now, 60% of that pollution comes from Punjab. There are already laws, the Supreme Court has come out with laws to say that, look, we need to be very clearly punitive in the way we contain this scourge. Will the AAP act? Apart from filing a few FIRs, as they say, for optic purposes, nothing will happen. None of those fines that are quite hefty fines could be the difference between the profitability of a sowing season and the realization of crop. They will not be imposed. So you've done performa action you've taken, but you haven't really gone the full step. So that fume is already begun. We've already begun to see the evidence of that. Some fields are already being lit up. We've just had a bit of a respite because of the rain. Thirdly, you have construction activity, car pollution, and you have, most importantly, these little industrials, which are pretty much unregulated, spread all through the city, which run on generators, 90% of them. None of that is regulated. But it comes down to punishing Diwali.
Yeah.
My question is why? Why suddenly does everyone wake up? And this is, if you just look at it, pollution was also, and human rights and abuse for animals, again, it only falls upon the Hindu festivities. So you had Jallikattu, for example. Everyone got into a lather to say, oh, this is cruelty to animals. But we know that there are certain festivals where animals are basically decapitated for ritual reasons. No one talks about that. There are, you see, so my problem is with this selectivity.
Okay. Zaka Jacob?
Usually I'm the one who sort of treads the middle path and, takes a safe position. On this issue, I'm absolutely polar opposite to Rahul. I think there should be a complete ban on crackers. Completely. I mean, and all this nonsense about green cracker, blue cracker, red cracker, it's all complete hogwash. All crackers should be banned for all festivals, whether it's Diwali, Christmas, Gurpurab, Eid, whatever. All political.
Then you're agreeing with me?
Everything. No, what I'm saying is this idea that somehow
I think he's taking the middle path.
No, I'm not taking the middle path. I'm saying just ban the damn thing. Ban the damn thing because, I mean, you can't go against science, boss. Come on. We've all lived in Delhi for 15, 20 years. I mean, the science is there. It's evident. Every year the data is there to show that there is elevated levels of pollution the day after Diwali. It is obvious. I mean, it's like, gravity. I mean, it's there. You can't deny it. The point is, it's gotten mired in politics. The AAP government previously under Kejriwal, really did not have frankly, I think they just didn't have the conviction to do this. They sort of, vacillated around the issue, went to the court, did a bunch of things. Now you have a BJP government which has gone the opposite way, or we'll move the court and we'll, get the court to exempt green crackers. I think it's all utter nonsense. I think we should listen to our kids. And I think the kids are saying, please stop crackers once and for all. It's a bunch of kids who went to the Supreme Court, went all the way to the Supreme Court. It was the first case. The petitioners were the kids. I think we owe it to them. I think we owe it to them that we just get rid of this nonsense. And ultimately also, look at the other end of it, the production end of it. These crackers are either Chinese made, and we're all going on and on about, Swadeshi and all that, and then, decoupling with China. These are either Chinese made crackers, or the Indian made crackers are made by kids sitting in Sivagasi. I mean, in a country where child labor is banned. Why? Why are we encouraging this industry? Shut the damn thing down. And like I said, be absolutely secular about it. Ban it for all festivals, ban it in all forms and shapes, and ban it for all political rallies.
So if that's the case, then crackers should be banned across the country. Crackers should not be allowed at any point in time. So there should not be any fireworks or no this one even when cricket match is happening.
Absolutely.
So there should be no, even if India wins and there is a big thing. So then India as a nation, we as a country, Bharat as a country has to come out and say, no, we don't want crackers and we are not going to put crackers. But that's not the case, Rahul. That's not what happens. What happens is at this point in time, the day after Deepavali, because everybody uses crackers to celebrate and to this one, there is a spike in pollution like Zaka said. So let's not do it, and let's not do it in this area, especially in Delhi NCR, because the rest of the country will turn around and say my place is not polluted. Goa does not see the kind of pollution that Delhi does.
Yeah,
Kolkata doesn't see this. It doesn't do that.
Albeit this is because I was pressed for time, I went to ChatGPT. That great bastion.
Ladies and gentlemen, asterisks for the data he's just going to present.
I put it out there, that great bastion of absolute accuracy. But since we are pressed, and I'm just sort of looking at the...
there's nothing grok about it.
Yeah, so this has now been put out by the PMC. So this is the source here. So I'm just saying that, look, the day after, he's right, rises by about 40 mu grams oblique meter cube, which is about 25 to 30%. But an average day in Delhi, 20 to 40% of that 150 average comes from just dust and vehicles. So what are we going to do about that?
No, the point is not, don't do anything about dust and
throw the
vehicles.
crackers out, then throw the cars out. More cars have been added by the way in this festive season.
What I'm trying to say
Let's solve the issue.
What I'm trying to say is, okay, just hear me out. What's the fault of
finding
a person?
Scapegoats? This is the short-termism.
What's the fault about it? I mean, there's data to show that the day after Diwali is hell.
One minute. What is the fault?
I'm saying ban the whole thing. But then look, but that doesn't mean
what is the fault of somebody?
I'm not
saying don't regulate cars. I'm not saying don't regulate construction. You should do all of that.
Okay, both of you just hear me out. Let me answer this question. I'm just saying, what is the fault of someone living in Lucknow, someone living in Varanasi, someone living in Bhopal, someone living in, say, Madurai, someone living in Kumbakonam, Kerala,
actually,
Calicut, anywhere.
This particular thing, even Lahore.
In Pune or anywhere. So, what is the fault of these people that they don't face the kind of air pollution that the rest of the country does, or this Delhi NCR region does?
No, you're right.
So if you are going to ban crackers, why
Diwali?
ban on Diwali? Then you are to ban, or ban. You are saying ban across the country. The other people are going to say hello. It's just going to be a 10% jump.
That's my view. But the Supreme Court case is specific to the National Capital Region. what the Delhi High Court, the Delhi government is also attempting to do is to
here is my counter. My counter is, why are you stopping me from celebrating my festival rather than addressing the core reasons that contribute to 80 to 90% of the
Are you saying Crackers is not a contributor? Crackers is not a contributor.
No, I'm not saying Crackers is not. Crackers are a contribution only for that one day, Zaka. What I'm asking you this question for? Tell me, do you know the number of days that Delhi has
half the number of days?
No.
It's got bad air.
Sir, no. The danger level. Yes,
Delhi has average or moderate air only 4 days. 4 days in a year.
No, I was talking about heavily polluted days.
The rest of the days,
anything above 150
the rest of the days, the air is not breathable, and we are already in this. So, just because the attention is drawn towards Deepavali, what I'm trying to tell you is these people are able to get away with the kind of year-round pollution that is subject that the Delhi people and Delhi NCR people have been subject to.
No one is making the case. Don't regulate construction. Don't regulate your cars and traffic. I mean, both of us were out in central Delhi yesterday. It's madness.
It is madness.
Is madness returning from it's no one's case to say, don't regulate
because
movement of cars and don't
season,
regulate
the other day to pick up my son from the airport, I took the tube.
So my point,
I took the metro.
My point
what
is
can
simply
you do?
this:
2 hours on the streets.
I don't think one is a mitigating factor to the other, or one is an
but
accentuating
in this
factor
case,
to the
my
other.
Argument
you
is
have to tackle
celebration
everything.
of festivals are a day thing, are a 24-hour to 36-hour
thing.
thing. I'm just saying to try and
scoring.
This is the lowest hanging fruit.
I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the same thing. Ban it for Christmas, ban it for Eid, ban it for Gurpurab, which by the way in Delhi is a huge
that's unfair.
Why is it unfair?
No, because
ban it for everyone, make it secular.
No.
Did you light a cracker when India won?
No, I did not light a cracker when India won. I can't remember the last time I lit a cracker.
That's a personal choice, right? That's a personal choice, right? So if I have the right to choose, then why should the consumer or the person not have the right to choose whether to burst a cracker or not? Why impose
because it's harmful to the other person.
Correct. So then you...
It's like saying, do I have a right to drive rashly?
No, why aren't you banning cigarettes? Why are you allowing cigarettes to be spoken by... Because you go and smoke in a place even if you have a passive smoker.
So
it's harmful to me. So stop ban cigarettes altogether. Are you banning cigarettes altogether?
Unless I am within sort of arm's length of you, passive smoking does... I mean, if you're in the other room and smoking, how does it matter to my lungs?
Correct. But what I'm trying to tell you is that these smoking rooms are only in certain places. You're standing there...
You're now expected to smoke in those rooms. Exactly.
It is only now that is happening. No, what I'm trying to say is that there is a choice that is given to the person to smoke or not, to smoke, to go or not.
Can I just make one point to add to what you're saying, Anand? My point is, I think you hit the nail also on the head. My point is, and this is where we need to, perhaps, I don't know, campaign in a universal manner, that look, you cannot single out one festival and blame it, because the burden then falls on a particular community, which I find problematic. As things stand, it's all very well to say let's ban everybody's, but as things stand, that's not happened. So if you're not banning others, then why are you only proscribing?
By the way, my understanding, just to clarify, my understanding on the Supreme Court order as far as Delhi NCR is concerned is that green crackers are the only ones allowed for across festivals, not just for Diwali.
1 minute.
That's my understanding.
Tell me something. Was the AAP pulled up by the Pollution Control Board or the tribunal or suo motu cognizance taken when crackers were bursted every time?
No. We all tweeted.
Is the BCCI hauled up every time in the national capital they are bursting crackers when India wins and the stadium is lit? It's not done. No, nobody is pulled up for bursting crackers during weddings. Pura Ladi is going on. Nobody takes any umbrage to that. Throughout the wedding seasons, there are more crackers burst throughout the wedding season than what is burst on one night of Diwali. But no,
so
quantitatively.
What is stopping the government from taking action?
What I'm trying to tell you is that these festivals, and I'm not even saying only Hindus, I'm just saying across all festivals, everybody has a right to celebrate. Whether they want to celebrate it lighting only diyas, using only sparklers, using only green crackers, not using anything that is producing lot of smoke and all of that, is a matter of choice and perhaps a certain level of awareness.
Tell me,
I'm just saying, why are the courts not hauling these cars?
I think we should move on to the next subject also.
No, there was a time when in again Delhi NCR, BS4 cars were allowed inside Lutyens Delhi. Now you don't have BS. I think less than BS4, like the BS3, BS2, etc. are not allowed inside Lutyens Delhi. Why? Why?
Because of pollution.
Okay. BS6 is allowed.
Yeah.
Right. So the argument being that engine technology has got to a point where BS6 is far less polluting than what BS3 was.
Correct.
Right. So the government by law now has made it mandatory that you have to upgrade to BS5 or
Correct, but
BS6
after
because
how many years of persuasion?
because there is science to prove that earlier generation engine
Correct,
technology
but
was far more polluting.
But that science automatically is
So
saying
my-
that the contributors to pulmonary infections and also air pollution are more from vehicular pollution, from construction, unabated construction and stubble burning.
So
and then and
the
compared to
vehicle
crackers, yeah.
pollution, they are moving to better technology, right?
Correct.
The whole argument was to move towards better
Correct.
technology
And
to
I
make
agree.
vehicles less polluting.
What I'm trying-
why is there
I'm
this
not
push? One
disagreeing.
second. Why is there this push for electric? Why are people pushing for electric? Is it you think it's cheaper to buy an electric car or to run an electric car?
It
There
is
no
actually
pollution.
cheaper to run an electric
but
car.
over
That's
the
why
long
office
term.
is converted to electric.
Over the long term.
But do you know something that the latest studies prove
I know.
that
It's ineffective.
that electric
It's
vehicles
consuming-
actually in the long term
Yeah,
add
cost.
to the net carbon thing. They are not
No,
carbon zero.
because
They are
the
not energy
cost of
efficient.
the electricity cost of running
Not
it
in
is
the-
far
no,
greater.
no,
It's
and not
because
just
to
that.
produce the electricity to run these
Yeah, that's exactly what I
vehicles.
meant.
And
Yeah, produce the
producing
electricity. It's the same thing with
the carbon-
ChatGPT, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
carbon
the data
produ-
centers.
Yeah,
consume
data
so much
centers, the
more
amount of
electricity.
heat that they are generating is going to be, and the other thing is that these lithium batteries are going to be far more corrosive, and they are not going to be able to be. You cannot. They won't decompose.
My point being, Anand, why was there that push towards cleaner
I understand.
fuel and
all of
better
that.
engine technology?
See, what am I trying to say? I'm
electric?
saying please come and regulate, but don't just judge the crackers and the festivities because that's the lowest hanging fruit. It's easier to ban crackers
it's like
than
saying,
get
"Kal hi
force
humne
government
jo karna
to
tha."
than
This,
force
by the way,
government to
I think
regulate. I'm just saying.
I think we're
which
turning
state
the issue
government-
on the head. One second.
No,
We're turning the issue on the head because the law of the land as it exists today, as per a Supreme Court order, is you cannot have crackers in Delhi and the National Capital Region. You're talking of a situation where the incumbent government wants to go and reverse it. Because you're basically going backwards.
No,
That's what it is.
No, what I'm asking you is, which of the courts have actually pulled up governments and penalized them, punished them for not implementing those measures which they have been promising for the last 6 to 8
Zero.
years or 10 years? Zero.
I'm saying they
Zero.
should.
I'm saying why
I'm
is
saying they should.
No, so
They
they are not.
absolutely
No,
should.
they have not. I'm just saying the courts of our country.
Because,
there is
sir,
no
there is
contempt of
virtue
court.
signaling going on.
There is no contempt of court there.
No, one second.
No,
One
no
second.
state
One-
government
virtue
will be held up
signaling.
for contempt of court.
One second. The fact that all of Delhi's public transport shifted from diesel to CNG was via a court order. The fact that all of industry inside Delhi got moved to its outer perimeter, at least the big ones, was via a court order. All of this is supposed to be executive action. This is supposed to be what the government is
Agree.
elected for and should be doing.
So what
and
I'm-
instead, all of this is
so
happening
what
through
I'm-
the courts.
what I'm trying to tell
and
you
even
is
the green
what I'm-
cracker ban is something that's put by the courts. The executive is trying to reverse it.
What I'm trying to tell you is that let's then go ahead and punish the executive. Yes, we will punish ourselves, we'll punish our kids, we'll punish our children. That's what's going to happen. There is going to be a pulmonary cause. But unless the executive is forced to try and address all the other reasons contributing to pollution in our city, I'm going to be denied my festival.
No, so
I'm going to be denied celebrating my festival. Why should that be the case?
For example,
why should I have to
one
pay the
second.
price for what
example,
my executive or the administration
like I
not
said,
been able
for
to
example,
execute?
if you go to, let's say, Southeast Asia, for example, and there are big construction projects, by law, all builders are required to have a net around the facade of the building so that the dust doesn't fly, and all builders, by law, are asked to water their sites.
Correct.
Once in the evening and once in the morning. We can bring that law.
Yeah, it's already there.
We already have that.
But the point is,
It's-
one
it's
second,
not
one second.
implemented. So is that my fault it's not implemented?
The implementation is whose responsibility? It's not the court's responsibility.
It's the administration's
Exactly.
responsibility. If that's exactly,
Exactly.
what I'm trying to tell you is that rather than saying that I am going to deny the common person who's if you impose a fine, they'll follow the rules. You don't impose the fines.
But
you have
look,
not
this
seized the
matter-
vehicles.
Do we have more time on the show?
Yeah, we have
because,
time.
Because if we do, I have a question to the both of you. If instead of Diwali, right, hypothetically speaking, this was about Independence Day or Republic Day, and bursting crackers for Independence Day or Republic Day, assuming that we burst as much crackers on Republic Day or Independence Day, you think there would have been this much brouhaha around, selective targeting, only Hindu festivals are targeted? Honest answer.
No, but Republic Day and Independence Day is not a Hindu festival. It's a national festival.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
there is
if
a
people
difference.
were,
There is a-
people
Why
were
you saying
breaking,
that
no, if
Hindus are
people were
oversensitive?
bursting,
Is that what you're
if
saying?
people were bursting as many crackers on Independence Day or Republic Day, and people went to court and said, we should ban crackers, do you think sentiment would have been outraged as it is now?
Let me
No,
try.
see, sentiment, forget whatever sentiment is outraged or not outraged. Do you think the same people who had a problem with Jallikattu will go and oppose Bakrid? and slaughtering of bakris, no, will they go to the court? Will PETA have the gumption to go ahead and do it? They are going to temples to put, to replace elephants with electric elephants. Will they go and tell them, okay, let's replace it with, electric bakris which you can slaughter? Will they have the gumption to do it?
Okay.
So they won't,
but,
right?
No, but
so,
what about the question I asked?
No, so it's the same thing. So the slant is always...
That has nothing to do
slant
with
the slant is
You want to
always
answer my
this
question?
one,
So my point is very simple. I think you kind of misread what we are trying to say. We're saying that if there is not a blanket ban which is implemented across the board throughout the country, then why punish certain individuals in Delhi on one particular day of the year to do what they want to?
Yeah, see, Independence Day, Republic Day would have been across the country.
Because
It would have been across-
I'll tell you why. Because the pollution problem is most acute in Delhi NCR. And the Supreme Court order applies
You know where
to
Delhi
Delhi
comes,
NCR.
Delhi is number
So
8
that's
on the
exactly
list
what I'm
of
saying.
number
Why
8
is the
on the list
pollution
of
problem-
most polluted cities with air quality.
In
There are
terms
still
of megapolises in this country,
What
Yeah,
I'm
we are
trying to
the
say
number
is...
a Hyderabad or a Chennai does
let's
not
just
have the
ask
same
this
problem.
Let's just ask this question. Is it my fault? Is it my fault that Delhi and NCR are more polluted and I can't burst my crackers? Is it my fault?
No, but are you contributing to the pollution? If
No,
you
no.
are, then
So
it's a
then you-
problem. Yes,
you-
it
you
is your
said-
fault.
It's a question of social responsibility is what he's invoking.
A person in Mumbai or a person in Lucknow is driving the same car that I am driving. He is on the same roads like I am doing. He is using the same kind of electricity that I am using. So his carbon footprint is the same as mine. Now, if this city is getting polluted because of no fault of mine, that smog that is being created is because of a weather system and because you
but
altered
this
the
is
crop
just a way of
patterns in
evading
Punjab and in
responsibility.
Haryana.
No, sorry. No
So
one
that-
is saying that stubble
so-
burning should be stopped.
So
or that
then you
action
first
should-
stop stubble burning. My argument
this
is,
a chicken and
my
egg
argument.
thing.
No,
This is a complete chicken and egg thing.
no, it's not a chicken and egg thing. See, for a
You
neta,
do what you can in your hands, right?
No, Zaka, for a neta, for a politician sitting in Haryana or in Uttar Pradesh or in Punjab, if he goes and tells the farmer not to burn parali, he is not going to win the next election. And if he goes and punishes them, so he will not do it. So what he'll do? He'll go and tell the people of Delhi, don't burst crackers. Because that's not going to take away my vote.
So my point
that's
is
not going to
that,
take away the
so,
politician's vote.
So my point
It's
is
a
then,
soft target.
then
It's a soft target, it's a low-hanging
it's
fruit.
okay that you will continue.
No, it's not okay. What I'm trying to say is, I'm
saying- You're not saying
making
that.
making the
You'll
making the air
understand. I'm
bad.
not saying
That's
that.
fine. Just
I'm
because in
not
Punjab
saying-
you can't stop
I'm not
the farmers
saying, what
from
I'm trying
burning
to say
stubble.
is how I celebrate my festivals. You should give me the right to choose justly whether I want to light only diyas, whether I want to use only LED lights, and I don't want to use crackers at all. It is each individual person's choice. You cannot tell me because somebody else is burning parali and stubble, and because this city is already having so much of smog, you don't have the right to celebrate your
But are
festival
you
like you have to
saying
do.
that bursting
So
of crackers
that
is not
fault has to be
contributing to
paid.
pollution?
No,
I mean,
it's-
the data
I
is
am
there.
going
You
to-
can't.
I am going to say. I am
For the
going to-
last
I
10
am going
years,
to borrow.
Anand,
I am going to.
every single year,
I am
day
go-
after Diwali is one of the
I am-
worst
I
in the
am
year
going
in
to-
terms of
no, 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 I am
AQI.
going to go
Dangerous
and I'm
argument
going to
you're making.
quote.
I'll tell you, Zach.
It's science.
I'll tell you.
The
This
data
is
is there.
this
You
a
chat
have-
GPT
This is
it.
a have versus have-nots argument. And let me tell you, there are a large number of poor people who live in this city. Right? They don't drive expensive cars. They're not out there polluting using their vehicles. They're not using bad fuel. They're not actually ducking the system to pay less so that they can actually use a phase 4 engine and not a BS6 engine or whatever other BS we want to throw at it. The point of the matter is, they will tomorrow say, confiscate their cars. Why should we suffer on account of them? See, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
And I'll
the
tell
solution,
you, but you also
this is a soft target.
Yeah, no, soft target is also okay, but you also have to turn around and say we got to wrap up. But we need to make this point that if the Delhi government and the Delhi politicians are saying that we're going to try and say allow green crackers, they are also playing to the gallery.
Of course.
They are also playing to the gallery. What they are supposed to
No
do
one
is
doubts that.
no, they should have taken the Punjab government to court saying that I don't want stubble smoke coming into Delhi at all. And
They
if it
have.
comes in for
the
every,
tragedy is the court came up with a whole list of stipulations. But the government has see law and order is a state subject. That government has to implement those punitive measures. No one does it.
So that is the case. So the farmer in Punjab is allowed to burn his stubble blatantly.
Because he's a vote bank.
But the Hindu in Delhi and in Noida and this NCR cannot burst cracker on one night. Now that is unfair. No, that is unfair. That is unfair. Okay, both are wrong, right? Both are polluting. Then let both stop.
Exactly.
Let both stop. Otherwise, the other one will say, "तू बंद कर, मैं बंद करूँगा." Otherwise, मैं बंद नहीं करता, तो मैं भी नहीं बंद करूँगा. It's going to continue like that. I'm just going to say that. But yeah, let's just hope that there are winds, there is rain, and there isn't so much of pollution, so that we have some clean air to
Back to the weather gods.
back to the weather gods.
But in any case, this whole business of banning crackers, Have you ever heard a silent Diwali? No. Even after the Supreme Court came and said
Yeah,
all crackers are
but
banned.
frankly,
Another
I tell you,
implementation
the
issue.
way Deepavali started was only with the lighting of diyas and the
That's
sounding of nagadas. There were
that's
no crackers at
There were
that
no
time.
crackers.
Crackers have evolved. They have come right now. Whether they pollute, whether they're good for us, bad for us, we are all wise enough. But let's not forget to celebrate Diwali and also light diyas in all the darkest corners so that there is light. On that note, season's greetings. Thank you very, very much.